All right, Sean, so we got 3 people in a very small space here in the studio. Sean, introduce us to today's guest there, sir.
Okay, so this is Candra Czapansky, and it's quite a last name, folks.
Yeah.
And
you play hockey?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a hockey name for sure. So we were going over some of the stats before, and she owns an eyelash extension salon.
What's the web address where I can go pull it up here if I want to look at it?
It is, so there's 2.
Which one are we going to?
She has the Extensionist, which is THE.
Yep.
And then Extensionist.
Tensionist.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
That's right.
Got
there
it.
we are.
Okay, got it. Okay, so and what are the services, Candra, that you all provide here?
Mainly just eyelash extensions.
Eyelash extensions.
We do other stuff, but that's been the main thing for years. And then we started adding things like permanent makeup, brow stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have we worked with you? How long have we had the opportunity to work with you?
Since 2019.
So tell us, what kind of growth have you had from 2019 versus now we're in 2022?
So 2019, it was 880.
Yeah, it was like 880,000 is what the tax return said.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. And then what'd you get to this year or 2021, I guess?
2021.
It was like 900.
1.4.
Oh, 1.4. Yeah.
1.4. Okay. And when we work with a lot of clients, a lot of clients, if you're out there listening today, what we want to do is we want to help you grow your company. And so I want to walk you through the process of how to grow a company, because a lot of people watching go, I want to grow my company. It's kind of a big, vague idea, but I want to dial into the specifics of what we've had to do to grow the business and what we're doing moving forward here. So first off, when we started working with you, you've always had a product that people love. I mean, is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
People love it, I think. So what we've had to do is build the online reputation so that people that don't know about your business, who haven't been in the business, they can hear about it before they can go online and build an online opinion about your business before they come in.
Right.
How have you been doing on gathering objective Google reviews? Has that been something you guys have been hammering on there, Candra? How have you been doing on that?
Every stinking week, she hits the key performance indicator at each one of her locations. We have nailed that. Like, they just do it now. It's awesome.
Okay, so step 1, want to improve the online reputation. There's a lot of detail into that. Have you guys gotten into video reviews yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they have an ungodly amount of them. It's ridiculous.
They're on the website.
Yeah, if you go to the testimonials page on the extensionist.com, the extensionist918.com,
got it.
You'll find them.
Now, when people go to the website, then you want to create some sort of a no-brainer, some sort of a hot deal, so that way people that don't know who you are don't hesitate to do business with you. Now, again, you guys have, in my opinion, you're branded as one of the top, AKA premier brands in Oklahoma right now for what you do. What's the no-brainer offer that you now offer first-time customers?
So we've just been doing a discounted classic full set, but Sean and I were just talking about doing a $1 full set and trying that.
So $1 for a full set, maybe.
Yeah.
You're working. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've always been afraid to do that, but I think we're going to.
Well, and 2, we've got the memberships going now too. You didn't have a membership model. Now we have membership packages we've developed that make a little more sense to get somebody in for $1, because just like with Elephant in the Room, Clay, if you can convert the majority of them to a membership, it makes a lot of sense to give away $25 or $40 on the first service.
Right.
And for people other that don't know, Elephant in the Room is a haircut chain that I own and founded. But again, regardless of whether you have a business that's a eyelash extension business or a haircut business or a dog training company or a home building company, the step 1 we got to do is we got to improve that online reputation. Now, step 2, we got to get those video reviews. Step 3, we got to enhance the website. Step 4, we got to enhance a no-brainer, come with a no-brainer that gets people excited, and offer that's so hot people will not reject you. And then step 5, if we can make a membership model for certain services, you can do that. Has a membership model helped you with the sustainability of your finances?
So far, no, just
Not yet.
because I feel like we weren't offering a good enough no-brainer.
It's only been a couple of months.
So it's kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
Kind of a newer thing.
Yeah.
Now, the hiring and process, next thing is you want to create a hiring process. Now, one of the things that's tough about your business or my business or any company out there, it's finding good people. Now, if you have a system in place to find good people, then it's not so challenging. Have you guys started the group interview process? How's that going?
It's good.
Has it helped you?
It's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
We went from, in 2019, you had 14 employees, and now you have 40.
Wow. Okay. So you went from 14 employees. Okay. From 14 employees to 40 employees. Now, people who work with me, it's very interesting. I was just talking to a guy literally probably 39 minutes ago. I mean, who I've worked with for years. And the one thing that he mentioned to me, it's interesting. He goes, you know, Clay, I've worked with you now for almost a decade. And he's like, my business is now 10 times what it was 10 years ago. And he's like, it's just a consistent application of effort. I just go down that boom book, I follow it, and every week we just get 2%. And he's like, I've tried to explain that to people, and they don't often get that it's not like a one big idea. All these things are big ideas, but it's the implementation. Can you talk about what it's like working with our team and Sean on a weekly basis now since 2019?
Well, I feel like talking to him every week, I have someone who can help me with ideas and stay on my ass about things.
Yeah.
And like you said, the consistency. So that's, I feel like, the biggest thing that Sean helps me with.
Just the consistency.
Right. And the tracking. Because before I didn't do any kind of tracking at all. And that's been probably the biggest thing for
Now,
me.
tracking, what it does is it takes the feelings out of things. Now, let me just give you an example. This is a kind of a funny thing. One of these clients I've worked with for years, was talking to him on Monday. And it's really funny because on the tracking sheet, it shows how many outbound calls did you make? How many appointments did you set? So again, in his particular business, it's a different industry, but it's how many calls did you make? How many appointments did you set? How many leads did you get? We just try how many Google reviews did you get? How many dollars a week did you spend on your Facebook ads? And we just track every week. And that tracking allows us to see obvious patterns. So we get to the part where the calls, it shows the number of calls being made. And I know his caller. Like I know the caller because I've been around the guy. And the owner brought the caller to the meeting. And so I'm going, so you made that many calls? Because I don't think you did. And he's like, no, I didn't do it. So sometimes people, even with a tracking sheet, they'll put in information that's kind of bogus.
Yeah.
Has the tracking sheet, I'm not looking for specific names, but has it allowed you, Candra, to expose bogusness in your business, like gaps?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Someone that was just
is there any
copy and pasting.
Really?
She does the appointments booked weekly part.
Yeah.
And
she tracks a lot of the lead sources. She tracks, she's also tracking whether or not the people are in fact getting the reviews to put onto the sheet, which we can go and verify ourselves. But still, this person was supposed to be supplying. We just caught this in the last week or two because when you delegate a lot of stuff, you got to follow up on it regularly. And this person went 2 weeks or so just copy and pasting the same amount of leads that we got. So now installing a quality control loop. I'm not sure if we're there yet in the system, but for the elephant in the room, as an example, it's a haircut chain. And we have mystery shoppers that we pay to come in or they get a free haircut to come in and get a haircut. And then what we do is we try to get feedback from them. And they have a checklist that's very simple that they go over. But it's sights, sounds, smells, experiences, just so that we know. And then they text me how it's going. Well, it's interesting because when you have mystery shoppers, you pick up on things you wouldn't pick up on. So like recently, this past week, we found out that there were smudges on one of the windows that had been, not addressed since the last mystery shopper. Or we'll find out we have, 5 stores. So we found out that the bathrooms at one of the stores were dirty. Or have you guys started putting in a mystery shopper yet? Has that started yet? No. Okay. So we're still kind of now. Where do you right now? How many locations do you have open now? 5. Okay. So now as you're scaling. The systems, that's kind of the next process, the systems and the checklists. Yeah. How are you doing on that process, Candra? How are you on implementing the building scripts and checklists for everything? We've made a lot of scripts within the past couple of months, just for every little thing, mainly on the phone. So where do you see the vision going now? Because how many locations do you have? 5? 5. Where do you see the vision go? What's the plan? Are you looking to license now? Are you looking to franchise? What do you see as the future? I would like to license it. Okay. So no more stores that I open. Yeah, there's still room. We can fit about 14 more stylists in the space that we have, which will bring in a minimum of $500,000 more just with the space that we have. But it's important to mention that we are maintaining a very healthy 20% profit margin in this business as well.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because a lot of times people forget that part. You got to get the accounting done. And I kind of view this as part of the tracking process. But when you start tracking, and you start going, well, this is how much money came in. And this is how much money went out. And you go, wow, you discover real quick, wow, there's maybe not enough there. Yeah. Tracking, did you end up having to maybe raise prices or cut any expenses, or did that help you kind of seeing where the income in and the expenses were going?
I think for me, it was a lot of the just not knowing, like being a business owner and waking up every day and not knowing if you're going to have enough money for payroll or if you're going to have enough money to pay the bills. And so doing that just gave me the mental picture, the physical manifestation of how we were actually doing. And that was not as bad as I thought.
Now, everybody's got their own flow, you know, so what I do with my businesses is, you know, I know how big I want to get. I'm very happy with where we're at. So it's good. And people all the time, they go to Thrive Time show and they'll schedule a consultation. And I just talked to a guy today and he was like, I don't understand why you have 160 clients. Why not take on 400? And I just know because our business is very involved. Like every business owner we work with, it's like, we have to really get to know you. Where the haircut business, I don't have that. You know, it's like, I don't know most of the customers and we scale it out. But you ultimately, no matter what kind of business you're in, if you're in a high touch business, like a dentist or a cosmetic surgeon, I mean, Dr. Whitlock, one of my clients, it's very high touch. We eventually have to get to a place and space where we figure out our ideal schedule, a schedule that works for our family and one that's kind of, where are you happy currently with your schedule? Have you optimized it? I'm not saying it has to be check all the boxes that the world approves, but I mean, do you like your schedule now?
That was also another thing that I started doing because of Sean was my calendar, and I sucked at it for a long time, but now
she has every minute of her day blocked out every day.
And so you feel good about where you're headed now?
Yeah, I do. I pretty much don't have to do anything with this business anymore. So I just opened a Daylight Donuts. So
really?
I've been spending time doing that. Yeah.
Last Monday.
Bam.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was a little crazy.
Yeah, just because the person that was supposed to work and open
bailed.
So I've been having to do it.
Yeah. Now for entrepreneur, if you're out there today and you are, let me just pull this up real quick here. If you're out there today and you're in the Northeast Oklahoma, Tulsa area, one, you can visit the business here. The extension is 918.com. You can check it out. You can learn more about it. I encourage you to do so. Also, you know, we have workshops that we do, and the workshops, why I like the workshops is that we're able to work in kind of a shop-like environment on somebody's businesses, on their business for a window of time. So people will come to the workshop. We start at 7, we go till 3, and they'll go, I learned more in a day than I've learned in years. And we hear that all the time. How would you describe the actual business workshop experience?
It's pretty much everything that's in coaching, just like packed in 2 days.
Got it. And so is that helpful for you? Is that kind of a reinforcement thing for you?
Yeah. I, sometimes when I'm getting up super early and I'm like, why am I going? I already go to coaching, but every time that I go, it like gets me going again.
By the way, I have a question for you. This isn't, I'm not dogging any of our attendees, but we have one guy who attended the past workshop and he is brand new to business. Mm-hmm. And he asked a ton of questions that I would have asked when I was 20 years old. Mm-hmm. And to me, it was great to hear because I'm like, haha, I remember when I had those questions. But it almost reaffirms what you've learned. Mm-hmm. Do you learn stuff from other people that have questions? Yeah. Like, do you kind of learn stuff from their questions? Yeah. So Sean, people like Candra are not a dime a dozen. I really do believe, you know, we look for diligent doers to help people that show up, people that knock out the homework, people that are not super high emotional. It doesn't mean you can't have emotions. It doesn't mean you can't be excited, but you know, people that can just knock it out. What makes Candra a great client to work with? Just for anybody out there that's thinking about reaching out to us.
She's just very stoic in that if something is going wrong or is just like, it doesn't matter if it's a small thing or a large thing, she comes in very even keel and goes, we got to like fix this thing. And it's just a very unemotional process. She's also very realistic about timelines. Yeah. She blocks her action items into her calendar, which is a big deal. She actually does that. So she gets stuff done. And she's also a client that, you know, she can operate very consistently with this business and build another business and still not be emotional and freaked out. So that's just, it's very rare. And that's what we would look for in a great client, because you never know in business, like what emotional turmoil is headed your way. It's more about your mindset towards when things come up. And she's really mastered that. Now,
Candra, you know, according to Inc. magazine, I'm going to pull this up for a second. You know, Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail. And it blows my mind, but I talked to a guy at the last conference and he was like, you know, I love the idea of coaching. But the thing is, he said, Clay, I've tried other coaching programs in the past. And the issue is I'm not going to meet with somebody every week at the same time. That's just not, I'm not, and I'm not a guy who uses a to-do list. Okay. And I'm not a big calendar guy. And that's the problem with other coaching programs. And I kind of like your program because I think I go, no, that's not us. That would not be a good fit. So if you were out there telling people who would be a good fit to become a client, because our clients grow by default, 96% of businesses fail according to Inc. magazine. So by default, we know most businesses fail, but we don't want to take on every single client. Who would be a good fit for us and who wouldn't, kind of from an outsider's perspective?
Someone who knows that they have to put in the work to do it, because that's what it takes. I feel like a big reason that 96% is because they don't do anything to grow or take responsibility, because it is your responsibility and no one else's.
I love it. And again, I'm not going to get into your personal life, but I do want to point out something. Everybody likes to say that I can't become successful because I have this going on in my life. Right. And I see people that are newly married. They say, I want to grow my business, but I just got married, just had a kid. I see people that, but one of our clients this year, her husband passed away and she had her best year of all time. And I asked her why. And she said, because we worked really hard as a couple to build the business. And when he passed, I recognized that, it didn't help to pout about it. I was just going to focus on growing the business to kind of honor what we had built together. I think of another client that recently they're growing their business and a weather situation attacked their business in a way that, if you live on the coasts, weather can hit you. And their business was ravaged years ago by disastrous hurricane weather. And they went on to have their best year of all time. And I'm talking to the owner and he's going, man, now the challenge for him with his particular business is staffing, because more and more people are harder to find to work in his particular industry. But again, we can all make excuses or we can all step up and make it happen. So I encourage everybody out there, if you're looking to grow your company, you can go to thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com, and you can click on the little consulting button here. Let me see here. You can schedule a free 13-point assessment. Let me go there right now. Feel in the flow. Working it, going to Thrive Time Show. If I spell it right, it helps. Go in here. Awesome. And I click here, boom. And you can schedule a free 13-point consultation with myself. And I'll teach you all the systems that I have in place to help you grow your company. Or if you're looking for eyelash extensions, and I know that I'm not, but if you are, you can go to theextensionist918.com. Candra, thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
Take care. Now, Sean, a lot of people reach out, they go to thrivetimeshow.com and they always ask me, they say, Clay, what do you do? And so I've tried to explain it in as succinct of a way as possible. But first thing we do, Sean, a lot of people go to thrivetimeshow.com or I'll see people at a tour. I'll see them at an event. Yeah. People will reach out to us and they'll say, what exactly do you guys do? And if I had to explain it to you succinctly, we essentially grow businesses 7 times faster than the average business that doesn't fail. Although Inc. magazine does show that 96% of businesses fail by default. So if you go to Inc. magazine, you see that 96% of businesses fail by default. So I guess one benefit is our clients don't fail. But the next thing they do is they grow 7 times faster. So what we do here is we help you reduce the working hours that you're working and decrease your costs while increasing your sales and your profitability. And then since 2006, we've got a team now that does graphic design, photography, branding, print media, photography, videography, digital marketing, systems creation, public speaking, coaching, booking, workflow mapping, search engine enhancement, PR, marketing. We do a lot of PR, a lot of monetizing. We help people to grow their business, their podcast, their dentistry, their law firm. But what we do is we document those success stories over here at thrivetimeshow.com. If you click on the testimonials, and since 2006, I have over 2,000 success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to become the next success story, what you have to do is you go to thrivetimeshow.com and you click right here on growth consulting and you schedule a free 13-point assessment. And that free 13-point assessment, what that does is that schedules you a time to meet with me so that you and I can go over where you're at versus where you want to be. And then if you want to work with us, I charge $1,700 a month. It's a flat rate of $1,700 per month to help you grow your company. And again, folks, if you want to learn more about that, we've got the in-person workshops. We've got the one-on-one coaching. Sean, you've been, how long have you worked here as a consultant? How long have you worked here?
Doing consulting, it was about 18 months after I came on board. So it's coming up on 5 years. 5 years. And just think of a few clients off the top of your head that have had massive growth. I mean, I think about Levi Gables.
Oh
yeah. He's working on company number 3 and 4 right now.
What's his company called?
His original company came to us called GEI-USA.com. GEI-USA.com.
That's a client you've worked with. Has had tremendous growth.
Yeah.
We just did an interview with Candra.
Yep.
The attorney James. We worked with him. Who else can you think of?
Nick Holman. We grew his business by 5-fold, and we decreased.
That's a
his
cabinet
workload.
company.
Yeah, the cabinet guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, if you're out there and you're saying, I need to see the success, I need to see the documentation, I need to see the proven plan, all you got to do right now is go to thrivetimeshow.com, and you click on testimonials, and bam, you can see what we do. My name's Clay Clark. I'm the former US SBA Entrepreneur of the Year. I built all the systems, built all the processes, and I've been, since 2006, coaching clients. And along the way, I've started to discover great people like Clay Stairs or Sean Lohman or Andrew, or different members of our team. And we teach them the processes so that they can help you grow your business for less money than it would cost you to hire one minimum wage employee. If you hired one minimum wage employee out there full-time,
yeah,
it's going to cost you about $2,000 a month after taxes, insurance, et cetera.
It turns out we're less.
Turns out this just in. So schedule that consultation today by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Click on the business consulting button right there. Click on the red button that says schedule your free 13-point assessment with me. And you can schedule that today. Sean, I appreciate you. And I want to remind everybody out there, Sean, you smell terrific.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
Oh, sorry. The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. One month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Crockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring. And then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us, make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that one sounds super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people, because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.